Hello, welcome back. Today is another good day. We are continuing with our lesson. And the last time we stopped where we was able to do the adding and the set. So almost all of this we are done, but also we modified a little bit. Last time we modified to make sure that the searching is connected to so that when the user is searching can see where what is searching exactly. So today I'm going a little bit to work on the database to make sure that the searching is a little bit more properly working, because as now is working actually. So we search by ID, but normally it's not the only way that we can go by searching with the ID. So we need to modify a little bit from the part of the PHP part, which is the saver file, to make sure that it can be able to do a little bit more than what it does. And this will make us to introduce you 2 to 3 things in the database which you should be able to add in your knowledge level. If you did, but if you didn't, it's a very good thing to add this particular knowledge in your package. So let's go to the code. Let's go to the code. Let's go to the code. So as we are here now, we are going now to start with indexing. Not much. We don't need the index today, so we'll go with the server. And on our server, we are going direct to the method for searching. So we are using this method, get student by ID, but we are using it to search. So one thing that will change is SQL command. The SQL command that we are sending is the one that is responsible of giving us the result that we are getting. So we are sending SQL that is searching for the ID only, because that's, you see, that's the ID only. That's number one. Number two, the command we are sending is so straight to you that it's only return the number that is exactly the number that has been given. So if there's any problem or any differences, this number will not be there. For example, so in if we say 10, let's see, we get number 10 exactly. If we say 1, we get number 1 exactly. If we say 7, which I'm not sure if it's there, we don't get anything. So in order to modify this code, we go back to our SQL command and we modify it. One of the things we are going to modify is the number here. So we are going to use like. Let me introduce like to you. Like is a very common used command when you want to associate things that you are searching. Mostly people use to associate two or similar things. So it's like you want to find content that look like this, or they are not supposed to be exactly but looks like this. So what is searching in that particular column is searching a specific pattern that can be meeting the pattern that you have provided. So let's say you want to search people who their names are starting with Ara, or they have Ara in their names, or they have whatever you want, or you want to search people who their name end with this, or you want to search in this column everything that start with a certain pattern. So let's say you have a product management system that have all your products or stocks, and then you use this system to search a certain pattern of product that I know the product is start with this, but I don't know the full name. So that's when you use like. But also on the part of searching, like is very common use, because you can't know exactly thing, but you can have the idea of how that particular thing is. So that's one of the things we are going to use, but also we are going to use or, which is going to help us to differentiate when the first result are not meeting, then it goes to second result. So when the first condition is false, then it's a no. If this is false, then the second is going to be true. Yeah. If we find the second also is false, so it goes like that. Okay. If the first is not true, then let me check to the next. So if I say, what will you eat between chicken or chips? And you ask, do you have chicken? And say, no, then bring me chips. It's a very funny, simple example that I'm trying to be a little bit funny. Okay, so back to the class. So we are going to remain with the same code as it is, but we are going to add few things around. So one of the things we are going to add is on the command, as I said before, and we are going to add or. So this or means that if this command here is not satisfied, it's return false, then there is another command we should consider ahead. So what are we going to check? So we are going now to check in the name, and in the name, we are not going to use equal because equal means that exactly. So we don't going to use that equal sign, but we are going to use the keyword like. So like is saying, okay, find the pattern of this nature. So like that. So if we do that, and another thing, we need to add more thing here on the argument so that this is going to deal with number one, but number two, at the second argument has to be separate. So the like goes with this particular we call percentage sign. A percentage sign assists this to it's one of the mechanisms that is used to make sure that they know, okay, what are we searching. So if it's pressed both side of the content, mean that we are searching the whole pattern of the thing. But if we set at the end, mean that we are searching something which is start like but can have anything at the end. If it's set at the beginning, it's such that okay, we are looking for something that is similar but at the beginning. All right, so here and the pattern or the percentage is pressed in the argument level, not on declaration level. So here we need to have quotation. Inside here we put our percentage sign, and here we put a concatenation sign, and we call our variable. So we are going to use the same variable because it's the same std ID. So if I live like this, I mean that search for something that it's anything start but it should end like this. Anything with start but it should end like this. But this is tricky in my search, so I will not go with that. I will go with the one that is searching for the pattern, both sides, at the beginning and at the end. So that means I'm going to use this particular sign. So the my content is in the between, and it will search both sides at the beginning and at the end. And if I save this, I'm sure that I'll be having possibility of searching something meaningful. So what I'm saying here is, please come with your ID, search if that ID is the ID. It's equal to ID that is present in what? In my server. If that in my database, if that ID is not existing, please try to see if that ID is in the name. If that content you are searching, maybe they are in the name. So you are going in the house, you are sent to search something, but you just don't open the house in the sitting room, maybe, or in the veranda, and you say you don't find something. You go door by door. That's what we are trying to do here. Until you say, like, no, no, this thing exactly is not available in this room. So let's try this. And let's go to our ads and our application. Okay, so our application has loaded. So we go to search. And here, what we want to do, we want to search exactly. Let's start by ID. So if we put 3, and it's still searching, so the 3 is there. So if we put 6, 6 is there. But what if we want to search Mr. Simon? So if we say we need to get someone who is called Simon, they will bring me that Simon is this one. This is Simon. But what if I want to see whoever is having SEA in their name, which I'm not sure there's anyone. SEA. If there's anyone we don't have, what about A? M? We have AM. This is very pattern they have got, and this is the very pattern they have got. Remember, it's both sides. Anything can be at the beginning and at the end. They don't care as long as that the pattern that you are searching for is there. But also, what if I want to search or want to search everyone who is having ER? I don't have anyone. What about 3? I don't. I think everyone has A, so that they bring all the lists. And if I want to search KA, I want that. So this can assist you to search exactly the name or pattern of the thing that you want to search for in the database by using the like and or. So at this level, it seems to be working, but what if I want to know people who are living in Zaleka? Should I make another application or should I make another challenge? No, I should use the same application, but set on the part of the searching. So go back here, and if you remember, I will do something. So can I do this or you can do it as a homework? Aha. I wish this could be the homework. But let's cross it by adding here something, which will be or, mean that when they come, they find this or location. So location like that. So we search 3 things. But we start from the ID. If the ID is not true, we go to the name. If the name there's nothing, no result, we go to the location. Like maybe this person is searching something like this from the whatever this part. So you can use the same instead of using like, you can put equal so that you know that I want to get this name. It can be either you can search anything, you can search the name, maybe that name is in the ID, name, or location, but it's exactly equal. It should be exactly the way I wrote it. So if I change that, then I have to memorize the full name or that I'm searching or the full location that I'm searching, which is up to your likes. Actually, that will be the homework. So here, what I will do, I will say, I will add. So this argument number 3, because I have added 3 question mark, I have also to provide 3 arguments. But the third argument will be exactly like second argument, which will have percentage. I prefer that, and have STID, and they have percentage. So what it says that if you find the ID is false, go check for the name and you use the pattern. If the name doesn't have that pattern, go and see if you can find that thing in the location so that you can tell us, okay, this is what I got. And at the end of the day, we got what we wanted. All right. So going back to the application, because before I searched for Zaleka, it was nowhere to be seen because the search engine was focusing only on the name and the ID. If you bring another thing, even though they're in the database, it could never tell where they are. So now let's try. Let's try. I have Simeon. I'm not having that. Simon. I have one. I have what do I get? Kwamengwe, Kwamazi. So if you look here, there is no such KWA pattern, but here it is. So if that's the case, then know that this is one of the thing. But last thing we need to do here, we need to be seeing what we are searching. That's another issue, and that will be your homework to make sure that the search result you say search result is A, B, C, D. So we need something here. It's either inside here you remain with that KWA when the app is showing the result, or you show it here. The search result for KWA is, and we see them here. I think that will be the homework, and I'll be happy to see that working the code and the choice you have chosen. You have two choice, either to put it directly inside here, or to show right here that the search result for the word that was searched is, and you show the result. Thank you very much. Until next time, this is from Technolab, where technology gets created. You are with me, Remy Gakwaya. Until we meet again.